Hey everyone. So, Chrono Odyssey, brand new MMORPG that's looking to shake up the formula that's grown pretty stale over the last 2 decades. I mean, let's be real, for like the past 20 years, MMOs have pretty much followed the same rinse and repeat format. The talk to the guy next to me, kill 5 boars, collect 3 bear asses, go back to the same guy. Yeah, I think we've all done that before. But Chrono Odyssey is trying to change that, and today we're going to take like a deep dive into what makes this game different, or at least what they're trying to do differently. So let's start with the setting. Chrono Odyssey is set in a world called Setera, I don't know. And honestly, it feels like a fresh take on a familiar vibe. They say it's inspired by like cosmic horror, stuff like Prometheus. And I can definitely see that, but like to me, it feels like a mashup of Devil May Cry 5, maybe some New World in there too, like in a good way. It's refreshing. It's not your typical medieval Dragon Fest stuff like Skyrim, which, let's be honest, we've seen a million times. And yeah, I know, no, Skyrim is not an MMO, it's just a theme. Anyways, I've always been into more futuristic settings, but sadly, games like Skyforge or Elion, remember that one? The BDO killer, right? They never really took off. Now, the time mechanic they're teasing is super interesting. Apparently, you'll have access to the past, present, and future, which instantly gave me the like Prince of Persia Warrior Within flashbacks. In that game, you travel between timelines to reach areas that didn't exist in the present. Super cool stuff. From what I can tell so far, it seems like this mechanic in Chrono Odyssey will be used mostly for story progression or lore discovery, maybe even in some specific cutscenes. But I don't know about PvE or PvP. A time rewind revival, maybe with a cooldown mechanic. Yeah, that'd be insane. One other cool thing they teased is some time portal event. You enter, do something specific for the event, boom, story, rewards. Pretty cool. And yeah, they're using Unreal Engine 5. It does show. The visuals are stunning. It does remind me a bit of Throne and Liberty. Similar UI, similar look. But thankfully, God, the character models here don't fall into the uncanny valley like Throne and Liberty did. Those faces, man, so damn strange. But let's see with the leveling stuff. Moving on to the progression, like I love their approach here. They're pushing for exploration, discovery, crafting, gathering. I mean, probably questing too. But exploration feels really like the focus here. And that really speaks to me. I've always been the kind of player who climbs into places you're not supposed to be. Like the OG Terra players, if you guys remember, glitching your way into Velika rooftops and then like falling under the map. And then you go under the map to the edges, you see the other zone, you can definitely see where Velika ends and the new zone continues. As for crafting and life skills, I mean, it's not really my thing, I'll be honest. When there's insane combat and beautiful zones to explore, I don't exactly dream of chopping trees all day. I mean, yeah. With the gameplay, yeah, we're finally moving with the times. They've added parkour mechanics like mantling and even some sort of double jump or float. Probably limited to some classes, maybe, or is just a general time thing. I do hope we get some cool movement quirks like flips or rapid dashes for archers or assassins or anything like that. And yeah, it's action combat, not tap targeting. Really huge W. As a fan of games like Terra or Blade and Soul, BDO, or Black Desert Online rather, I've always asked myself like, why can't we get like new MMOs to match this combat style? Well, this might be our answer for once. That said, why are MMOs so scared of the Trinity system these days? I've always liked the classic tank healer DPS setup personally. It has its issues, sure. I don't know, like in Lost Ark shortage of supports, for example. But do these new hybrid systems, I mean, they also have issues too. Yeah, Chrono Odyssey seems to be going for some weapon swapping route, kind of like Throne and Liberty or Guild Wars 2. You can carry two weapons at once, and it seems like each class has its own set of allowable weapons. Could also be like BDO, where you have a main weapon and a quote unquote awakening weapon with its own playstyle. I mean, we'll have to wait and see how flexible it really is. Now, moving on to PvE, PvP, the actual content we'll be doing in the game. Let's just see what we really have here. What really caught my eye, not gonna lie, is they're finally not focusing on massive 200 player Zergs like in Throne and Liberty or BDO. For some reason, every single MMO focuses on huge, massive battles, which always means 2 FPS while playing, or stop rubber banding, or lagging out, or hell, even server crashes I've seen in some games, like Throne and Liberty. But instead, we're getting stuff like, for now, from what I've seen, Chrono Gates, like some solo challenge towers, I believe. It really seems to me like it's Lost Ark's Tower of Trials. And we also get Trials, and from what it seems, it's possibly like roguelike content with randomized enemies, levels, buffs. Pretty unique. I've never really seen, I think, roguelite or roguelike scenarios in MMOs. Most I've seen is battle royales. Black Desert tried it, World of Warcraft has Plunderstorm, but not a roguelike kind of content. Then we get some expedition dungeons, 3-man, 5-man group content. Feels more like a co-op sort of dungeon rather than the typical dungeons you get in things like World of Warcraft. Feels a bit more personal. Grab a group of buddies, two friends, co-op through a dungeon, blame each other for failing, the good stuff, having fun. And we also get region bosses. I mean, this is not really something new. We have classic open world raid bosses. We have them in BDO, we have them in Lost Ark, you had them in Blade and Soul. I mean, World of Warcraft kind of has them, Guild Wars 2 has them, so nothing really new there. But let's see what they do different with them in this game. At least they look cool. The only really thing that worries me with the PvE content is the difficulty. It's not that I'm afraid of difficult things or don't enjoy being challenged, but they say that teamwork is required, which is cool on paper, until you wipe 3 times, 5 times, 20 times because someone didn't watch the boss guide, which took like 5 minutes before the encounter. And then people start leaving, then you have to redo the groups. It's not exactly super fun. So I really hope they don't add like a multitude of full wipe mechanics, like full group mechanics, like Lost Ark had. Because if you guys remember, in Lost Ark, they ended up adding like a single player version of the game, which is like you do raids with NPCs, because I don't know, I guess people had enough of grouping with others. So yeah, just not so heavy on the wipe mechanics. I understand punishing and I understand learning, but please, not a lot of wipe mechanics. I don't want to end up solo queuing and having to redo the group 20 times and wasting 2 hours. That's not really fun. I know, in any case. Now for PvP, not much has been said. Just really some PvE VP, which probably means like contested zones or open world dungeons with PvP enabled. Probably something similar to like war mode in World of Warcraft, or when you grind in BDO with PvP turned on. Oh, that's fine, but I was really hoping for a structure type of PvP, like battlegrounds, arenas, ranked modes, the good stuff. WoW arena tournaments used to be really hype back in the day. Same with Lost Ark. They really had some cool gauntlet style tournaments or 3v3s, but you'd have to wait for your turn until one of the guy fights or dies. It would even be cool to see your partner just 1v3ing the entire team. Really cool stuff. Well, yeah, I hope Chrono Odyssey does consider that crowd, which also includes me. They did mention bounty hunting. This is still PvE related stuff. Really cool idea, but it will really need to be balanced, like maybe instanced or phased, something like that. So 10,000 people are not fighting for one kill. Like you would need to tag it, you would need to get the killing blow. I'm not sure, but they really need to think about it. Now, the one thing they didn't talk about, and I don't think we've heard about it anywhere, is the monetization. Monetization. Christ. We don't know anything about monetization yet, and I know Kakao Games hasn't had the cleanest history in that area, but the devs do seem passionate, and if that passion shows in the final product, people will support it. I can guarantee it. Please, please, no pay to win. Charge a box price, that's fine. Sell some skins. Just no power creep, no gambling loot boxes, none of that. Like, I swear, if you do a great game and just add some reasonable stuff like skins in the shop, you will make a lot of money. You don't need all this crap that we've had in many other games that end up dying because of it. In any case, to wrap things up, Chrono Odyssey is super ambitious. I mean, honestly, it sounds like a single player game with MMO elements, not the other way around. That is still not a bad thing, but they'll need to stay aware of MMO player habits, like min-maxing stuff, meta builds, EXP efficiency. It happens really fast. I'm really looking forward to the closed beta test, and I hope the community gives it an honest try and gives it constructive feedback. If the devs listen, this could be really, really special. We might finally have that MMO we've been waiting for a while now. So, what do you guys think about Chrono Odyssey? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more videos like this covering MMOs and other upcoming games, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'm out.